cannot emphasize how much I'm excited for Kagurabachi to show up. Like, not only does the substance, like the source material, get the glaze that like some sort of prime battle shonen should be getting as it's premiering as an anime. You remember the director Takeuchi already leaked a long time ago, but finally confirmed. They did an episode 1, early premiere. Cypix is out there, rebranded their name from Cy Games Pictures. They've already had so many good projects, and now Gigguk has some experiences about how this could be the next big shonen. I absolutely agree, but as usual, anytime people give opinions online, what happens? There's drama. Ooh, Cypix style. Haven't seen the clip just yet. I skimmed through it, and I think Senchi's kind of editing some Cypix content and what Gigguk may be talking about the style, and based on the words here, maybe Mr. Gigguk is LARPing, claiming Cypix style. I don't know. We'll watch the video first here. We'll watch the clip and then figure stuff out.
Anime Expo happened last weekend.
Hell yeah.
And it was a convention. It was...
I cannot imagine the smell, the stench, even with air conditioning, if there was air conditioning. God forbid there was not air conditioning. It just a horde of fucking sweaty ass fat weebs pulling up into one place, and you can just smell the fermenting fucking smegma.
It was one of the anime expos of all time. So, first up, I hosted a bunch of panels. Second up, we'll be going through the big announcements of the Anime Expo, since I kind of missed a lot of the announcements since I was busy like being at the convention and working at the convention. So I kind of missed a lot of things. But first up, saw Kagurabachi episode 1.
There it is.
I managed to catch the world premiere, saw episode 1 of Kagurabachi by Cypix, who is, I guess, Cy Games Pictures has rebranded to just Cypix now. Did anyone else see Kagurabachi episode 1? Was anyone else there at the panel to see Kagurabachi episode 1?
I was not.
One person. I will see it in New York. Okay. Well, to set your expectations right, enough time has passed. Is Kagurabachi the greatest anime of all time?
That's going to be many people's video titles, probably including mine. No. I think that to come in as a new project and just say you're the greatest anime of all time, that's a subjective thing. Let it play out. I'm sure people that love that story and are moved by Cypix, cinema will say that. But hey, man, I think it could definitely be like anime of the year, maybe anime of the season. We'll have to see. Now
that Cypix are adapting it, I will say that based on chapter 1 of Kagurabachi, Cy Games did an absolutely fantastic job in adapting episode 1.
Of course they would.
Started pretty damn strong. And it's been a while since I've read the manga. I think what is going to get a lot of new fans with how much Kagurabachi has been hyped up is that hashtag ad. No, this isn't hashtag ad. I'm not paid by Cypix just yet. I feel like a lot of people are going to watch Kagurabachi with a lot of hype. And they are going to see the beginning, the first chapter 1 of Kagurabachi, and they probably will feel that it is overhyped, because that's just what happens when you have something that is ridiculously hyped like Kagurabachi. But
chapter 1, I guess, just doesn't have that much crazy shit going on. Like, it's not really like a self-contained story hook where you watch it and it just pops off. It's like a slow burn.
One big question I was going to ask is, how are Cy Games going to adapt this anime-wise? How are Cy Games going to adapt this action-wise? And I would say that the question was answered because there was one big action.
You should not be apologizing for being late to a stream, bro. This is not fucking class where I take attendance. The stream just started 12 minutes ago. Chill out.
In episode 1, I can't remember what the original chapter 1 was like. What I'm probably going to do, I was thinking about making a video on my just general thoughts of episode 1 of Kagurabachi.
But he won't even get to do that. Motherfucker's gonna be clipping Gigguk and then spreading his words that he hasn't completely thought about and label him a fraud is what I think might be happening online. I don't know.
But to sum it up, everyone pretty much cares about the action. And we know how...
And not just the action, I care about aura. So many people think aura is a default thing that's baked into any action sequence. It's not. We watch so much fucking mid shonens. We watch so many mid isekai or power fantasy and you know, these like Bokensha adventure fantasy shows. A lot of times I'm not moved. Right now, watching Exiled Heavy Knight, I am fucking moved. It is cinema. And the most important thing I realized, this is something that many people don't understand. Genuinely listen to me. I think the most important thing that moves a person is soundtrack, sound design. Yup, I'm gonna say it. I think that this also has to cater towards the lowest common denominator. I'm not talking about I'm talking about the biggest majority, the average person, when they see something, I think that unreal soundtrack, hype soundtrack, sound design that makes you so immersed into the scene will make you feel more connected and moved than like just because the story is good. And Exiled Heavy Knight, I've been just gushing about this anime over and over again, straight up just rewatching scenes and just analyzing each sequence. My fucking god, not only is this guy just popping the fuck off with the voice acting, who's had no significant roles in the past, genuinely, that episode 1 voice acting performance from this father, Aiza's Edvan, fucking crazy. But the focus right now is this. Staff, look at this. This right here. Sound, not the theme songs, no. This person. If you look at this person, they have no anime resume other than these 2 projects. But guess what? You Google their name, guess who he is? This dude is a Swedish composer who is literally Kojima's private soundtrack maker. This dude has been making content with Kojima for a long time, whether it be Death Stranding. That's all him. Ludwig Force, whether it be Metal Gear Solid, right? That's all him. When you watch Exiled Heavy Knight, the first episode, genuinely, I felt vibes of Dune happening, the fucking movie. Because of the ambiance, the soundtracks, the different, I don't even know what kind of instrument he's using, but the noise that it creates, the environment, you're so fucking locked in. And then the epic over-the-top voice acting, and as well as the, obviously, beautiful Sakuga, will then make you feel moved. So when I'm looking into Kagurabachi, do we even have... You know, and the coolest thing about this person is this is like not an anime person. This is like actual cinematography, like soundtrack composer coming in thinking, how do I make this scene come to strength? And Exile Heavy Knight, the story being covered, it's fucking mid. Like, it's not really anything special just yet, but yet I'm already moved because of the soundtrack. If I look at Kagurabachi, right, and we look at the production staff, obviously we're so hyped about Takeuchi Tetsuya coming in, right? But there is no, like, who's doing the soundtrack? Who's doing the actual sound design? Who's behind it? I don't think we really have enough just yet, right?
High of a ceiling Cygames and Cypic can deliver on. We saw that last year with Uma Musume. We saw that last year with Summer Hikaru Dies. And we saw that last year with Apocalypse Hotel.
Yep, underrated.
Ceiling is pretty damn high. And Kagurabachi looks great. It was always going to look fantastic, you know? There were some moments and some shots where I was like, holy shit.
Gigguk spoke about 2 parts in the stream. Only this part got clipped. Do you think Gigguk's being set up right now? What was the second clip? I'm sure he's gonna have his own separate Kagurabachi video on the main channel or second channel later on, but I guess this video doesn't really encapsulate everything he was thinking about.
Shit, this is true Cygame cinema right now.
Sure.
But the biggest thing that I noticed off the bat was in modern
high clippers. Yeah, they know. They know.
Anime, in modern anime adaptations, it's not just about adapting the source material anymore. It is about how much can you elevate the source material.
Exactly. The source material honestly doesn't fucking matter as much. In terms of anime, again, the production values like capability to bring forth the source material and elevate it to a different level through cinematography. That's what I think I'm looking forward to the most. In fact, that's like what I'm really looking at recently, looking at anime. Not just look at how amazing the source material writing is, but can you take something that's kind of mid and then make me compelled through cinematography? And if you have something that's already hype and not mid source material, then you should have an even easier time doing such a thing, right?
We've seen that with a lot of modern big budget
Battle shonen.
adaptations. We've seen that with Jujutsu Kaisen. We've seen
We need talent that has the artistic vision to create these ambitious storyboarding to make these scenes come to life in a way that you could have never imagined in the manga. Look at Witch Hat Atelier, the first couple of chapters, that first dragon summoning scene with Kifri, and even like the way that he was flying up after saving Agate, and then the final scene, which was a Vert Creek cut, right? Shout out to Vert Creek. God damn, he's such a fucking good key animator. That brim cap aura scene giving Koku the gift, like these scenes are so fucking different compared to the manga. It is not even the same because again, you are doing ambitious storyboarding, looking at not just one-to-one manga panels, but really thinking, how is this gonna be played out? How is the different camera angles, the transitions, the cuts, what extra content are you gonna add in to supplement the gaps between the manga panels, right? This is so important. This is something that also is very rare because a lot of people kind of go for the same standard one-to-ones.
That with Demon Slayer and all that. And I feel like Cygames from the first episode have definitely done that.
Cool.
They have definitely not just taken the source material and adapted it, but they have elevated.
There's also a moment where I think it's important to do a one-to-one. Key manga panels. So like, this is so evident in JJK. My God, the biggest criticisms weren't really from people who could not understand Goso's like artistic like, vision, but like, man, there's that one Toji scene and it's ruined. It should have been like this, and I kind of get it. You're right. It's like an iconic scene in the manga. It's like a one-time panel. Maybe you should just do a one-to-one art, just include that, and then have some more. Right? That I think we can have a bit of more compromise there.
At least the first action scene in episode 1. Because the action choreography was fucking fantastic.
Great.
In episode 1. Was it something as stylistic as something like JJK? I would say no. I would say that it still is very much the Cypic style. They don't.
Oh! This. What does Cypic style mean? As an amateur, I don't know. What I do know that is a studio is simply a building, and there are in-house talents that may be consistent across different projects. But the director and their vision and the talent that they create should be a different flavor of Cypic style. I don't think you could even say that there is a style that has somehow existed before that is existing now in Kagurabachi because, again, different production line, right? Like what I'm trying to say is there like an inherent Cypic's branding, animation technique, and whatever that exists in Kagurabachi that's existed in previous projects? When I think about Studio Bones and how prominent Nakamura is, right? Yutapon. He's there doing this thing for a long time. Whether it be the Yutapon cubes, whether it be the flashy background layer movement with this cool, insane storyboarding, the action scenes like, you know, the Todoroki ice heat dissipation movement, right? That scene. That I think you could say Bones style, right? Because he's been there for a long time and he's been on many different projects. So I don't know. It's hard for me to even say that there is such a style for Cypics. Again, this is outside my expertise, and I'll let the Sakuga sweat lords to, you know, debate about this.
Do anything like experimental, or they don't do anything like truly stylistic like we've seen in some of the later seasons.
Oh, Truth Nuke or no? Let's listen to that again.
Is very much the Cypic style. They don't do anything like experimental, or they don't do anything like truly stylistic like we've seen in some of the later seasons of JJK.
Oh, that's gonna make a lot of people mad, right? Because it sounds like he is shitting on Cypix, comparing to Studio Mappa and saying that Studio Mappa has much more ambitious, I guess, animation styles and techniques that comes through there in the storyboarding, while Cypix plays it safe. I don't know. I haven't seen enough Cypix games like animes, I guess, to really tell.
But I would say that one big
This could be just a trick. Is he talking about? I don't know. Yeah, is he talking about like the art style difference, the loose line movements, and the squiggly? You know, basically, you look at Demon Slayer and look at Mappa. I think you can clearly tell that the line work and the overall art style is fundamentally different, right? They both excel at different things, but I love the way the Studio Mappa and the way that they portray speed and movements through these blurry, distorted, you know, non-linear lines, the fluid momentum. And this, I think, got the most extreme end of the spectrum here is this. I still have this fucking file, bro. It's made a lot of people mad. A lot of people will disingenuously use this clip here to say, yep, this is what fucking Sakuga retards glaze, bro. On just like, so this part, Reggie versus Megumi, and this part, we had a certain key animator coming in, and yeah, you know, this is obviously when you look at each frame by frame during a key animation and trying to say it's bad is fucking stupid. I'm not, you know, unaware of that. I think that looking at in between frames and whatever during a fucking heated Sakuga moment is fucking stupid. But and you know what? I appreciate the experimental effort. This fight was not a priority fight. Reggie versus Megumi, right? Like if they did this versus like Sukuna versus Gojo, right? Like some big fight that's gonna happen. I think we should maybe go with the safe bets, right? You want to test your new stuff on a fight like this? Fuck it. And it's so disingenuous too to say this fight was bad because Julian Bentley's fucking cut here. Oh my fucking god. This sequence, the hand-to-hand combat, whoo! Oh my god, so fucking good. This part of Reggie running in as he's, look at him. Just this, it just feels so real. The running speed as he's getting ready and just, whoo. Anyways, the realism there is so fucking cool. What I'm trying to say is there is a very loose, ambitious line work style that's incorporated into key animation that many people think might be more experimental versus other studios that are playing with the safe bet. And the safe bet is Psypic style. I don't know.
The thing about the action choreography that stood out was it seems like it has taken a lot of inspiration from a lot of actual live action, like action films. One thing about the choreography that I remember was how much they actually used the setting and the surroundings as part of the action, which really impressed me. Because a lot of times when you see action in anime, it's all about like in a big open field.
Yeah, background and forefront layer rotating as you have two dudes in the middle fighting it out. And I love that too. I like it when the environment isn't just simply a layer, but is an actual like element that you can engage with. I'm not saying that like no other studio does this or like every studio just kind of uses background layers like that, but for sure having interactions with each little part of the setting and then incorporating into the action is going to feel more immersive, sure.
And it's just like fucking two dudes just doing some really cool shit and... Yeah.
It's hype.
Two dudes just doing some really cool shit, and you have the powers flying off, and people are flying like 100 fucking meters, like from one direction to another, and you know buildings are being destroyed. But
and that's hype, right? But this is going to be a more realistic sword dancing choreography. Maybe they've studied live action, you know, like basically like, you know how One Piece live action, they showed a whole behind the scenes of Zoro training with the different styles or whatever. Like, I don't know if they utilized any rotoscoping in this, you know, in terms of the swordsmanship, but it sounds like they're really focusing on the martial arts, technicality. If you look at not Osan Nubi Adventure, this anime. Country Bumpkin. So this anime, I think, also does an amazing job in utilizing not only 3D animation, but also realistic sword fights. Nothing crazy like fucking magical sword powers, but real foot positioning, you know, arm, just like everything about it, it just feels very realistic. Maybe that's kind of like what Gigguk has been feeling.
In episode 1, they did some really cool choreography with making use of the terrain and making use of, because it was very similar to the Maki fight in episode 4 of JJK season 3, where it was like one person versus many, right? But what I think was really cool was seeing Chihiro kind of like not just take on everyone very easily, but you really used the terrain as he was fighting each individual person.
Jackie Chan ass fight and 1v1 consecutive 1v1s. The focus is on one singular opponent rather than massive AoE killing.
You could see there was like a few shots where they were fighting on the stairs, then he jumped up the stairs and he like knocked one person
Sounds like a Jackie Chan fight, like a straight up. They just studied Jackie Chan movies.
down on the stairs. You could tell that when he was fighting, he had the terrain in mind, and his use of like spatial awareness as he was fighting was a really big factor in how he was able to come up on top in that fight.
Cool.
And I don't remember that being in the original manga. I might need to read the original chapter 1, but
If that wasn't in the manga, again, the attention to detail to again go further ahead and make it an immersive and just like an immersive experience utilizing other environmental settings, great.
but that was something that really, really impressed me. Obviously, it was only episode 1, so we didn't see too much. But from just that alone,
Yeah, right there. So Jackie Chan. See? Jackie Chan movies.
I could definitely tell that Psypic were kind of like adding a little bit more to the action scenes in the fights.
Cool.
Another thing is watching this with a live crowd, you could really... So like Jackie Chan, actually, that's a perfect example.
React Messiah. I fucking know. I'm sweaty. I want to learn. I want to understand. I know.
It was very reminiscent to some Jackie Chan fights that I've seen, except just with a sword, right? So they made the action feel more logical, yeah? Yeah. I mean, I would say we've seen this a bit in some modern JJK fights. I think a highly underrated fight is
what?
Yuji versus Choso, because...
Underrated? I thought that shit was fucking hyped up and everyone loved it. Was it? That was the... I'm sure many other people did the cuts there. Who was it? Von Bon? No. What's his name? What's his name again? He did a little key animation in One Punch Man Season 3 during the Gaara versus Orochi fight. What was that? Vanova, yeah. Not Von, Vanova, yeah. I'm sure that was one part though. But yeah, that bathroom scene fight, right? The close quarters hand-to-hand combat. Oh my gosh, it was crazy.
We've had some amazing JJK fights, but that fight really stands out to me because that was a fight in a really enclosed space.
Yes,
And
very
that was
tight,
a really cool hand-to-hand
close-knit.
fight, right? And you have to make use of the space around you as you're doing that fight. I think
Takeuchi did that scene too. Hey, it makes sense.
the choreography...
I think the Takeuchi cut I see is the Choso using his curse technique, right? The blood shit. I don't know. I vaguely remember people attaching a clip of Choso curse technique when referencing Takeuchi in Shibuya incident.
He was right up there for what I would expect a adaptation like this to get. Aside from that, Chihiro, right now, I feel like people who are not familiar with the source material, who watch episode 1, they probably will not be sold too much on his character. If you know Chihiro's character,
Why?
He out of a lot of shonen protagonists, very, very much. I mean, the reason this got memed in the first place is he seems like it's just going to be a generic kind of like revenge plot.
Good, we're in. Yep, we're in. I'm sold. That's it. I don't need a fucking holy knight. No, I want someone to crash out. Amazing. Getting my representation. I want a fucking edgelord. Every day I wake up with a fresh just hatred. It motivates me. Yep. Fucking love it. Like, I love that shit than a fucking, like a Deku. I don't even see MHA. I just know based on the way that the voice actors act, it's just, oh god, you're just too wholesome. You're just too nice. I just need someone that's gonna be fucking like going John Wick on everybody with no remorse.
Cool, stoic revenge plot dude.
Good, yes.
Mr. Dude. But they did a great job at characterizing his dad. Like, his dad got by far the most...
Do I like Bakugo? I don't fucking know who Bakugo is other than he's Deku's fucking boyfriend or some shit and people fucking ship them together. What's their relationship? I don't know. I haven't seen it. I've seen fucking MHA Vigilantes. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is I don't think Deku's a bad character. I don't even know the fucking character. I'm just saying that, like, I don't like little soft, kind boys as the main shonen protag. I like Luffy. Luffy's different. Genuinely different. He's like a fucking actual animal. He's like a monkey. He has a good instinct and he does what he thinks is right when he needs to, you know? But I just hate those soft people who are looking for peace.
Softs left the biggest impression character-wise in episode 1 compared to like every other character in Kagurabachi so far. He is the GOAT, of course.
Naruto is a much more appealing character to me, even if he's on the opposite spectrum of the type of persona I like from a main character. Ichigo's great too. They're all great. I have no problems with them. I just don't like, oh, little soft boys.
And you could definitely tell who was familiar with the source material and who wasn't.
Yeah, based on the people and the. Oh my god, it's about to happen! Oh, that thing's gonna happen, God! Yeah, I know. I don't even have to fucking tell me. I see that in the fucking chat and every fucking reaction. But you know how fucking annoying it is when you have light novel readers or fucking manga readers coming in. They're like, oh, it's gonna happen. You'll wait for it. Yo, Kako has no idea what's gonna. I'm like, you dumbass fucking retard monkey. You basically ruined it now. Now I just ignored it and it's part of the fucking interaction, right? It's not a big deal, but it's just like you're basically kind of priming and hedging and letting me know something big's gonna happen. So it's like. Just shh.
Watching in the audience, because there would be moments in the in episode 1 when Chihiro was like drinks his tea. I was like, I like to wake up with some hatred in the morning, and everyone started fucking yo
chicken jockey. I am Steve. You think you're any fucking different from these fucking, you know, Western goy slop consumers in Hollywood shit? No, we're all human. This is the same shit, except it's your weep flavor, bro. This is your chicken jockey. He said the line! He said the line!
I like to wake up with some hate.
And I don't hate it. In fact, I think that kind of community engagement and just like reaction is actually good, net positive. It's annoying for me as a content creator, of course, and have to endure the fucking random chatter trying to distract me, whatever, and have your inside jokes. But overall, I think that this is positive, and it just shows how much people love the show.
In the morning, and everyone started fucking yo, he said the line, and you could tell because I looked around and people were like, Why are we cheering that fucking line? Why are we cheering that line?
Just start LARPing, bro. Just start LARPing. No, that's the line that, like, I don't even have to read the manga and I know about it. This is kind of what put it on the map. People memed on this manga. They didn't think it was a serious manga. They're like, what the fuck is this shit, bro? Chopped ass fucking Ari just coming in here talking about you gonna wake up every day as a fucking hater. And then it got real. And then people were like, wait. Is this the next big thing? And by the end of part 1 manga, the way that people celebrated that shit on Twitter was on another level. I haven't seen that kind of glaze since fucking Chainsaw Man part 1 ending, man. Like, oh my god. People are worshipping that shit like Lisana Gaib. Voice from the outer world. This is the chosen messiah. Come here to save us from this drought of battle shonens graduating. Please take us to the fucking holy land. Like, that's how people be talking about this manga. And I was like, something must be really good in the source material, huh?
Why that line in particular? But there were half of it was just seeing the memed panels and the memed lines being said.
I hope they understand the memes too. You know, rather than elevating just the key animation during the fight scenes, understanding the organic community, just like how ReZero, right, in the Aura Monster, and how the opening included that. If the production line is aware of the current events and whatever's popular in the community, appealing to that, I think, is always good.
And being shown in episode 1, because it was almost like you were almost like the fucking Leonardo DiCaprio pick. I didn't realize how many lines and how many panels had become memes until I watched episode 1. I was like,
it's like JJK all over again, right? Holy shit.
Oh my god. Yes, it's that fucking line. Oh my god, it's that fucking moment. Yo, he did the fucking enough time has passed panel. Is it the greatest anime ever? Well,
I mean, off of one episode, we're gonna judge this shit? Come on. Does it have potential to be people's favorite anime ever? Absolutely. Is it going to be? I'm gonna probably say no. I think that's a crazy thing to be saying coming out like that. Of course, I think the talent, the studio involved in this, for sure, I think has the potential to be. What I'm really looking forward to again is who is gonna be this equivalent? Who's gonna be doing the sound design as well as the soundtrack, the overall, just composition, the music? Because as good as the animation is, in my opinion, soundtrack is even just as important. I think about iconic anime moments. It's done by the greats like Hiroyuki Sawano. Just like memorable moments. You know that fucking soundtrack's about to hit, right? Like when people think about like even like Dragon Ball Super and Ultra Instinct, right? That there's the whole like fucking what is this? Like Ultra Instinct thing? I hear this shit all the time. We'll play just a clip of it, right? But I'm telling you, like stuff like this. You know, that first part, it's just iconic right away. I'm fucking LARPing. We're gonna fucking watch the remastered version pretty soon. But like, this is what I'm saying. Are you gonna have something like that? Are you gonna have like actual fucking just musical visionaries that can elevate the action too and make it seem like to move people like me? Please, I need something like that.
It's too early to tell. But I'm pretty much saying it's...
Yeah, and MHA also, right? You said it exactly, right? There are soundtracks that are so core. And when I think about like all the different seasonal slop anime I watch, the moments that I'm moved is because of the soundtrack, not because of the writing's amazing.
Pretty much guaranteed that this will be the next big thing. This will be the next big action shonen.
And even if it objectively can't compete with whatever the great is, I think the overall community motion and the way that people want to place on the map, there is going to be an agenda. Absolutely. It is going to be overrated just like any popular title, right? And that's how it works.
And I trust in Psypic, and what they've shown in episode 1 really, really impressed me, especially with the...
Yeah, here's a really hot take. I think Bleach is heavily carried by this person. I'm gonna get cooked for this. This guy is like in his 70s right now. He's still pumping out music. Shiro Sagesu is the soundtrack composer for Bleach since the big old the old days too. This guy has some amazing soundtracks. I love the I love the Espada arc soundtracks because the Latin, flamenco music. Yeah, stuff like that. Or even the beginning of this. What about even stuff like this? Treachery. Not that. This part. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not trying to shit on Bleach, but I'm saying that these soundtracks make this story and the cool scenes be elevated so much that you feel the aura. The soundtrack is probably one of the most important things. The manga does have aura. The manga artist, Kubo, he can draw stylistic shit. That's the thing about Bleach that stands out from One Piece and Naruto. It's aesthetic. It is cool. And the soundtrack really just matches the hype with it, right? So again, God, please, I need a fucking amazing composer for this.
Action choreography, I was very, very impressed. And I am very excited to see how they adapt some of the action scenes and how they adapt some of the future arcs. Because one thing that always stands out in Kagurabachi is the insane paneling, right? I think for paneling in Kagurabachi...
I think that this means that we're gonna have issues if they don't do a one-to-one for iconic scenes. Just like the JJK example, right? Toji doesn't look this way. It's supposed to look this way. What do you mean? No! Wow. Iconic paneling is that's a dangerous, double-edged sword when we work with the anime and whoever's in charge and they don't want to do the one-to-one. Oh, it's gonna get nasty.
Is fucking amazing. And I feel like they have...
And then you have One Punch Man Season 3 just doing iconic paneling and people mad. Obviously, this is a disingenuous take. One Punch Man is only just doing one-to-one panels and it's a PowerPoint slide.
taken.
No, they didn't even do the iconic paneling right. Garo looked fucking garbage during that one scene when he, assumed this time to conduct evil, scene. No, that was fucking garbage. The compositing there sucked.
On the soul of that, and they're trying to add their own flair to the action in Kagurabachi as well. Yeah, that's all I can think of off the top of my head. Obviously, it was only episode 1. But very, very impressed with episode 1. And this is not hashtag ads.
I wish he talked more with the soundtrack, but unfortunately, I'm the only one that obsesses about that.
You will see what I'm talking about whenever it comes out. I don't know.
Before we go to the next part to see exactly what Gigguk's getting cooked by the Sakuga community, if he's even getting cooked, I don't know. I just want to just play this scene again. Cinema, dude. Actual fucking cinema. I don't want to hear about how you feel disoriented by the camera angles. I agree with you, but I just want to play some of the soundtrack. That's it. Like I'm just gushing over the soundtrack. Even like the sound design here. Like this scene, this intro scene, the lighting is so good. The mysteries of what's going on with Eruma. You hear the bass and the instrument. Jinchi voice acting. Yeah. And then Father Aura farming. Boom, boom, boom. And then Father fucking ore farming like that. Like again, this soundtrack isn't even that fucking crazy, but I'm telling you, the sound design of the scene, it's actually like fucking cinematography, bro. It's like I'm watching, you should watch it with the fucking surround sound. It's fucking crazy good. And then, like, the voice acting. I keep saying, Baptisma. Baptisma. Just the voice acting is always so fucking epic and shit. But man, the soundtrack here is so fucking good. As soon as, she gets to class and, the son is about to get rejected, man, this part is just some of the craziest voice acting I've seen, man. I can't play it for the copyright. Just listen, though. Useyo Eruma.
俺の期待を裏切った貴様はもはや息子ではない。江戸末期に重騎士が出たなど恥でしかないわ。即刻この館から出ていけ。
父様 but the tank is a good class. 父様それはさすがに重騎士は強いクラスなんです。必ず俺が江戸番家を。Silence!
貴様はそれだけのことをしたのだ。二度とその面を見せるな。外で江戸番の姓を名乗るなよ。その時は俺が貴様の首を跳ねてやるわ。
Unreal character acting. And then the little sound he makes here. Walks away. Listen to the soundtrack. Listen to the soundtrack. Listen, the source material, it's literally the kid got a wrong class. He got a tank and the dad's crashing out because this is a sword master fucking class. The story doesn't even have substance right now. But I'm talking to you about the sound design. The ambience and the environment set the immersive experience with these crazy instruments that I don't even know how to fucking define because this guy is fucking working with Kojima, working on fucking Death Stranding and fucking Metal Gear Solid. And if I don't have that, again, I kept watching this because I was confused. Why am I moved by this? Why am I genuinely moved by this? What about it? It's the over-the-top voice acting that I fucking love. It is the unreal soundtrack being played and just the cinematography and the sound design that creates such an immersive, just like movie like fucking experience as I'm watching a child get disowned for rolling the wrong class. Everything about it is just so over the top and unserious, yet at the same time, it's fucking cinema. Anyways, enough me glazing that show, because I keep glazing Heavy Exile now because I see so many fucking monkeys that don't even understand what they're looking at shit on this saying, oh my god, AI slop. Like, you genuinely have no fucking clue how lucky you are that there's a person that Gohans that's willing to fucking die on a hill doing their unique style, but finally it's being presented in a coherent way that I can appreciate. Let's watch this! Side pick style. Ooh, Sinchi, what's going on? What's going on? I want to hear it.
Choreography was fucking fantastic in episode 1.
Oh, you put the fucking NPC, you put the NPC soundtrack in the background.
Was it something as stylistic as something like JJK? I would say no. I would say that it still is very much the Psypic style.
Yutaka Yamada is the composer for Kagurabachi? Oh, thanks for letting me know. Oh, right. No. Yeah, no. People were hyping up the Tokyo Ghoul fucking opening ending. No, you're right. Yes. The glassy sky. Yeah. I see you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're right. They mentioned that. I'm sorry. I was looking at the anime. Like, I thought there would be some sort of like actual like, you know, my anime list like fucking like I don't know. It just didn't show up here. But they did announce that a while ago. I remember people were saying, "Holy fuck! Like, what did this show do to get this kind of karma? Like, what the fuck?" So again, just showing, you know, and this is the yeah. So Uma Musume Psypic, the style is, you know, akin to that JJK movement, right? Mappa, you know, squiggly lines, the over the top, you know, exaggeration of speed, and which I love to see, you know, like, yeah.
They don't do anything like.
What anime is this? More Uma Musume?
Experimental. Or
Gigguk, I don't know what to do, man. Like, these are your words. This is the world is flying, dancing around me, right?
They don't do anything like true.
Yeah, but since she's saying Psypic has resume like this, but Gigguk is saying from episode 1 and the content that he saw, it's not doing that, right? That's the comparison being made. Summary card died.
Stylistic, like we've seen in some of the later seasons of JJK.
Yeah, again, the crazy, you know, the lines here. Yeah, I see it.
All the times when you see action in anime,
I'm just scared that it's gonna get copyright claim and my videos can get blocked. That's why I'm skipping over some parts.
when you see action in anime, it's all about like in a big open field.
Environmental reactions. Right? Basically like environmental, just like collision effect with other elements rather than just like background layer just revolving around.
Just like fucking two dudes just doing some really cool shit.
Oh my god. Crazy impact frames! Oh my god, looking like a fucking One Punch Man fight.
Just doing some really cool shit. And you have the powers flying off and people are flying like 100 fucking meters.
Is this Apocalypse Hotel? Is this Apocalypse Hotel? What is this? This is Apocalypse Hotel has this kind of. Why does it need this kind of key animation? What the fuck?
Like from one direction to another, and you know, buildings are being destroyed.
This is Princess Connect? Psypic went crazy for some of these mobile game animes, man.
But in episode 1, they did some really cool choreography with making use of the terrain and
so, you know, since she obviously trying to contest every single point about Gigguk's generalization of Studio Psypic and what Psypic style is, and that since she is showing that Psypic does have a resume and other projects that have done exactly what Gigguk is disagreeing with. But I guess then the benefit of the doubt is Gigguk's talking about specifically episode 1 of Kagurabachi and how he didn't see any of the things that Senshi has shown within episode 1. I think that if, obviously we don't have episode 1 just yet, right? If Senshi actually had like the cuts of Kagurabachi scenes that actually contest just like this and disproves Gigguk, then would be like, ooh, Jesus Christ. He was specifically talking about Kagurabachi episode 1, questioning why you're acting as if he claimed if that's a studio ever did that. So when you say Psypic style is the style focusing on the point in the video, or you're saying that Psypic has only worked on Kagurabachi? Well, again, right? These are assumptions being made. Gigguk's point that he's saying here is, you know, Kagurabachi episode 1, yet he defines Psypic style, and Psypic style is as a studio, and the other past projects are fair games. So that part, right? This is the issue, right? Gigguk defining a Psypic style, but is that really independent from the previous resume? Because like, where's the style coming from? It has to come from existing history, and the history being shown does disprove this definition of Psypic style, right? Using clips from a movie directed by Leaf to push a Psypic style agenda is just as funny as the comments against Gigguk, by the way. Well, isn't that what this meme video is about? Him saying Psypic style doesn't make sense because there's no such thing as Psypic style. I mean, I guess, but it's seemingly... yeah, it's just gonna go... oh my god. I'm gonna give you a secret, guys. Move on with your life. Stop trying to convince people that are just there to argue. Make a statement, move on. The more that you argue and try to explain your position to an unreasonable crowd, the more that you lose power. Now, I'm not saying that one person is definitively correct, but when I see a thread like this, I'm good, bro. Different director, different approach. We just have to wait and see. Trailers didn't show much. Kagurabachi episode 1 will probably be what Gigguk was saying, very grounded, realistic depictions of action because Takeuchi. Jackie Chan fights, let's go. The video is not targeted on Kagurabachi's style that they're going for. It's him saying Psypic style, just like Mappa Eyes things, which makes no sense. Mappa Eyes? There was some drama in the past? I wasn't there for the Mappa Eye. What was this? So people were trying to stereotype and generalize Mappa Eyes as a style which is not indicative of what actually Mappa does. Gojo's eyes, probably? What's Mappa Eyes? Like the detail and the fidelity and the drawing of eyes from Studio Mappa? KyoAni, what the fuck, Studio? Alright, it's interesting. I didn't even realize that was such a thing. And, yeah, Gigguk's just getting crucified. But you know what? I see Shinji's point. I genuinely understand Shinji's point, and I think that his entire argument is Psypic style hinges on some sort of existing past history from the Psypic, and how that is being shown in the clips here to contest Gigguk's claims, which is, you know, perhaps generalizing Psypic in a different way. Gigguk is not, you know, a master, you know, Sakuga, you know, analysis guy. He probably has just as like an amateur, you know, understanding of, you know, animation just as me. He probably even knows better than me, to be honest. But at the end of the day, he just has good intentions, and I'm sure he's gonna make even more videos hyping up Kagurabachi, and I'll be there. I'm just very excited about this entire project and how much emotion there is and how the talent on board is gonna deliver a product that is truly gonna be fucking amazing, I hope. Anyways, that's it from me. Goodbye.